And 24-25 record, 0 playoff appearances.
Got him out of there.
Got him out of power struggle, man. That's all that was, power struggle. And they went the wrong way.
Well, we gonna see. We gonna see.
Chris Gribb, been a GM for the Dogs. He's been a GM for the Dogs for 6 years. Been in the organization for 22, 23.
Yeah, so you already know where they was going on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you know me. I done been around. You feel me? Forever. So.
Nah, that's crazy though. When I seen it, man, I'm like, it couldn't have been as far as his coaching abilities. It was like I knew it had to be something as far as it got to be somebody butting heads.
Yeah, I got some more info to drop during the show too, from my sources on what was going on in the building. I put out my first sources tweet. I felt low-key kind of felt like the feds.
Yeah, be careful. I can't associate. I can't be associated with. We have to separate ourselves. I can't be associated with that.
Nah, man. I got a job to do, man.
Hey,
So
that's what it is now. You got a job.
Nah, you know, I ain't never going. I ain't gonna never be having a conversation with somebody and just go and just tell like, nah. It was like, hey, this fuck's going on. Whoever want to know, bet say less.
I can't wait till we get in and use some of these conversations and shit.
Hey, go ahead, bring us in there, man. Go ahead.
Nah, we gotta bring the intro in. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get the intro. So we gonna talk.
Last one of the season, man. Last regular season. Last Overreaction Monday. I'm one half of the pod. Darius Butler got my co-host Antoine Bethea. And had a crazy week 18, man. Ended it, capped off with obviously a crazy Sunday night football game between the Chargers and the Raiders. Everybody was trying to manifest that tie for the last 2-3 days. Damn near happened. Had some upsets.
Man, put the intro in, man, so we can get in and talk about it, man. Hey, we got a lot of young, great talent at quarterback in the offs. We got some of the, the top young QBs in the offs. Let's get to it, man. Play that intro, baby.
What else we got, man? Clay return.
Play that intro, baby.
Clay tops. Hold on, man. I gotta hit everything we're gonna talk about. RP Bob Saget. He passed at 65. He was found dead down here in Orlando. Icon, legend. I'm sure he grew up in everybody's homes if you're around our age. A lot going on, man. A lot going on. National championship today. We got B-Mac, Bryant McFadden, 2-time Super Bowl champ, Pittsburgh Steelers, joining the show later. Yeah, man. Anything else, man? Before we get this intro?
We're gonna talk about these young good quarterbacks that's in the offs that led their team to the playoffs. I'm excited. Next weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. This is a hell of a way to start your week. Let's get it.
Oh, man.
How you feeling today, man?
You know what? I'm sick. I'm sick of shit today. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sick,
bug. You ate something. You ate something bad. Like, is it cool? What's up?
My eyes, man. I had a bad feeling. You know what? I've been sick since Saturday night, actually. I had a bad feeling about this Week 18 matchup with our Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
And the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know, we hadn't won down there since 2014. I think last time we beat them was in London. Haven't won in Duval since 2014. And so that's the main reason I'm sick. Watching that, you were in the building. You got to watch them firsthand. You know, we took that L to the Raiders last week, and then this past week, yesterday. You know that, I mean, just it wasn't even like a fluky loss too. It wasn't like, you know, ball shit just went their way. Somebody got a block punt, ran a kickback. Like we got dominated, got our ass whooped up and down the field all afternoon. So yeah, I was, you know, that messed up my Sunday, man. What about you?
I'm right there with you, man. Again, you know, from the start. So in my eyes, it's like, you know, I want the guys ready to play. You know what I'm saying? Like knowing what's at stake, right? I'm pretty sure everybody knows, like, okay, we're going down to Jacksonville, and we said it. Like, this is not going to be an easy game, an easy matchup. Like, throw the records out the window. Like,
yep.
It's going to be tough. So I already like having that mindset, like, okay, what are we preparing for? And then even coming off the loss to the Raiders, you know, that they started this, like, even the Raiders game started off slow, you know, eventually was able to get back in the game. But ending the season where you just had to win one of these last two games and not being able to get into the offs, man, that's tough.
Destiny in your hand.
That's tough. Like, I mean, there's no other way you want it. Like, you don't have to worry about any other teams having to do this, or this team needs to lose, or if they tie, we in. It's like, hey, look, we win, we're in. And that was a tough loss. That was a tough loss.
Especially with how we, you know, started the season off bad. What was it 1-4, 1-5, something terrible out the gate.
Yeah.
You know, got our shit together, went on a run. You know, won some impressive games, won some tough games. JT got on the roll. He started being, you know, getting literally in the MVP conversation. You put seven players in the Pro Bowl. Hard Knocks get in there. It seemed like everything turning around, and it's like you just laid the egg. So I mean, I don't know that falls. You can't put it all on coaching. Definitely not all on coaching, because they're not strapping up, they're not going out there and playing. But when you look at what we looked at yesterday and last week, and like I said, you were there in the building, so it's a little different. I feel like when you're actually in the building, you see a little more, you feel a little more. But for them not to take advantage of this, man, I'm still kind of like befuddled. Like, you know what I mean? It was weird.
I mean, at all times, you want to take the positive out of everything, right? So, yeah, like you said, he started the season off slow. They was able to get on a run. But I think everybody got to look themselves in the mirror, starting with the head coach. Like, the one thing with the coaches, you got to have your team ready. That's one thing. First thing first, the head coach, I need to have my guys ready to play. And I'm just saying, you know, from what I saw the past 2 weeks, the guys weren't ready to play. And then you go over to the players, and that's where, you know, we talk about in the meeting rooms all the time, is just taking accountability. You know, the players got to hold themselves accountable. Like, got beat up front, both sides of the ball. You know, the past 2 weeks haven't been able to get off the field on third down,
and that was our strength.
You know what I'm saying? So again, if it's not happening today, tomorrow, sometime this week, I just think, you know, Ursay gonna have to have a real sit down with the head coach.
You got to, and you know, Chris Ballard, Frank Wright, they got extensions, I think, early this year, and we talked about it on the show maybe briefly, but I remember at that point I was like, okay, you know, Chris Ballard, I can see the Chris Ballard, you know, GM, you know, he's been putting these pieces. Like I said, you put you put it together a roster. When you got 7 Pro Bowlers, you go win a game when you down 4 linemen. I feel like the GM is doing their job. Like, They bring you the groceries. Pause. But the head coach, like, we haven't been seeing them steps. We was there with Chuck. I was there with Chuck. Rookie luck. Chuck, first time head coach, and like we get to the playoffs, win a game. All right, next season we take another step, win 2 games. Next season we get to the like it was that consistent progress, and I haven't been seeing it. And I like Frank, love Frank as a guy, but like you see, with him having that extension, 5-6 years, he ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? Like you said,
you still gotta have that talk though. Like, look,
yeah, he ain't going nowhere though.
Nah, I'm not saying he is, but it's still a talk that needs to be had. Like, shit, like we in this business for results. Like, you can't sit and tell me, oh, we got 7 Pro Bowlers. Like, that's cool. But like, we want to be in the dance. Like, that's the first things first. And, everybody always talk about like what's the goal? What's the goals for the team? The first goal is what? To win your division. You win your division, you win the dance. And then from there, hey, we want to get as far as in the dance as we can. And you want to take positives out of the season, but the way this season,
I ain't gonna lie, B. It's hard for me to find some positives right now.
Nah, it's hard. You just said it. You got 7 Pro Bowls. You got a young running back.
That make me feel worse.
But I'm talking about taking positives.
You talking about going forward?
I'm just saying you say you're taking positives out of the season. Shit, you got talent on the team. That's a positive. You got talent on the team.
I'm disappointed, man. I'm hurt right now, dog. But it's part of the game. It's part of the game. It's part of it, man. You take L's. There's a lot on the table, but shit, it happens. AB trying to find a silver lining. I'm still hurt right now. Maybe I'm hurt because my other team, everything that's happened with them, all my teams, just the Colts, my Chargers. Brandon Staley tricked it off last night. He tricked off the church's money. What happened? My Niner, okay, my Jimmy G. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. Dolphins just fired B-Flow, so I'm all over the place right now, man. I'm in a glass case of emotions right now.
You're gonna be all right, though. You're gonna be all right. But like I said, man, JT had a hell of a season, man. Build off that young boy, man. Have some players that did some good things, but as a team, man, we gotta look ourselves in the mirror, man, and ask ourselves like what happened these last 2 weeks. Like, what was it?
Yeah, man. Not only it was, and this wasn't Wentz. I've been on Wentz for a while now. Like, hey, I'm not confident I'm going to the playoffs, but this wasn't all on Carson. This was a whole team effort, like you said, from the top down. Hey, don't put that on me. I rebuke that.
Yeah, G.I. Joe.
I rebuked that, G.I. Joe. But
man,
yeah, man, it was sad to watch, man. Like we hit on earlier too. Bob Saget, R.I.P. Bob Saget, Full House dad. That was his most prominent role. But I got some friends that know him too. Said behind the scenes, he's a solid. He was a solid dude, man. 65 years old. Found his hotel room down in Orlando. Said no foul play, no drugs, anything like that. But man, that's young too. That's not even old like
tough. That. That's tough, man. And like you said, found in the hotel room and not sure what happened as of yet.
Yeah.
But definitely on prayers to his family.
Looking
on social media, seems like he impacted a lot of people lives in the Hollywood space, man. So haven't seen nothing but good things said about Bob, man. And like you said earlier, he was definitely on my TV watching Full House, definitely on my TV growing up. So
big facts.
Yeah.
Oh man. Black Monday. So talked about B-Flow down here, Brian Flores, and in fact, that was the most surprising. Did that surprise you? I saw Jay Glazer. He posted some on IG yesterday, and he was talking about all the coaches that were out of there. Some coaches that they're safe for now, and B-Flow was at the top. And he was like, keep your eye on that situation. I'm kind of hearing some things. It's still kind of an ongoing situation here, but surprising news came out today that he was actually fired. According to my sources, there was tension and you know, a lot of stuff between the head coach and the GM down there in Miami all year. Chris Grier, the GM, he'd been a part of the organization for over 20 years. So it was one of them situations where either they both got to go, one got to go. They ended up firing B-Flow and then sticking with Chris Grier, man. So what's your thoughts on him? Big Fangio, he's out of there in Denver. Mike Zimmer's out in Minnesota.
And Nagy,
Chicago.
Yeah.
We saw that one coming.
B-Flow, man, this one is surprising, right? And I think we talked about it, and I know I've talked about it before, is that teams don't understand, like, how tough it is to have a good coach, right? Like somebody who can come in, demand respect of the guys, and actually have a team going in a trajectory where you can see them getting better, right? Mm-hmm. And if anything, this year should have showed like B-Flow has a command on the guys, right? You starting off 1-7, you know, you got a young quarterback, you know, hurt, and being able to win what they won their last 8 games.
They went 8-1. They lost to
8-1, you know what I'm saying? So that speaks volume to me. When I see that, it speaks volume. Even though I'm not in the locker room, I don't know what's going on day to day. Yep. But that speaks volume to me. It's like, oh, that's a guy that understands his players. He understands what needs to be done. So when, you know, after his third year, he gets fired, I understand, you know, it's tension, whatever the case may be. But I don't think teams know how hard it is to have a good coach in the building. Like, you're not just gonna find these coaches that can just gonna fall off of trees. Like, it's different being an OC, it's different being a DC. Like, when you have that head coach responsibility, that head coach role, everybody can't play that. Everybody can't play that position.
That's tough.
You know what I'm saying? So again, man, I just don't know where they think that. I mean, obviously, there's some good candidates out there, but I just felt as though B-Flow was doing a good job down there in Miami. Unfortunately, you know what happens. I'm pretty sure he'll have a job real soon.
I think so too. And somebody gonna get lucky because I think he's a hell of a head coach. I was with B-Flow in New England. He was like an assistant DB coach at the time and did some stuff with special teams. But he played the game, knows how to get guys going. Like you said, after losing 7 in a row, and then you get guys to finish a season 8-1. And then even getting that win, you know, yesterday against the Patriots to wrap it up, man. That says a lot. And for you to go the direction you go, I can see if you go with Chris Grier or any GM who's like, hey, they've been doing X, Y, and Z, and you know the coach just not getting it done with what he's giving them. But Chris Grier, like he hasn't hit on a lot of the picks in the draft, especially when it comes to the O-line, protecting the quarterback. One of the worst O-lines in the league. You wouldn't select the 2 over Herbert, which, you know, in hindsight, who knows? But you sign some free agents, you sign Van Noy, you sign free agents, they don't pan out, you let them walk out the door. You got to go back and forth, and X Howard got to hold out before he get his contract restructured how he want. He come out have another damn near all-pro year. So that shit looking real funny in the light right now, Miami. And it's loud down here. It's loud down here. The fans are pissed off about it because you do have a passionate fan base down here that hasn't won in a long time and hasn't been real relevant, honestly. So we'll see what the owner, Stephen Ross, and everybody else out there does, man. But it's tough right now, man. But yeah, I was definitely surprised by that firing. Which one is the best job you think available right now? Like the Broncos, Raiders, Jacksonville. Who knows if that Raiders one, they might stick with old Rick.
Right. So that's what I was going to say. I'm like, I mean, if
Minnesota, Chicago,
I would say the Raiders. Shit, they're the playoff team. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know what you got over there. You got a playoff caliber team. So I would say the Raiders based off of the teams we put up there. And then obviously you can try and find the silver lining with the other teams where, you know, you go to Jacksonville, you got a young quarterback. You actually have some pieces over there in Jacksonville.
Got money too.
On money on both sides of the ball. So just depending on how that can work out. Minnesota, got some pieces as well. So again, it depends on who the guy is, and when he gets in that building, what type of culture he can build. If he can get the guys to buy in sooner than later, I think that's what it's about. And then obviously being on the same page as your GM, I think that's why
that's huge.
In San Fran, I think that's why they're doing a phenomenal job, because you got the GM and you got the head coach. They're on the same page. You know what I mean? So that plays a big part in having success. Whereas the head coach, okay, I can kind of go out here and do my thing, knowing that the guy that hired me really has my back. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta be watching looking over my shoulder all the time. So that plays an important part as well.
Yeah, that I think that's downplayed a lot, the relationships behind the scenes. And I experienced it in Indy when Chuck and Grigson, like we do, you felt that tension as a player. You feel tension when you're in the building, when those guys aren't on the same page, especially when you're a veteran player. You've been around for a while. You know how things kind of go on good teams or organizations. But you got it, like in that building, it's a lot of egos. It's a lot of egos. You know, you have the owner, you got the GM, you got the head coach, you got the locker room. Like, it's a lot of egos that need to be managed properly. And when it's not, you have situations like that. Because I think the Dolphins could have kept building, and they could have kept building, kept going in the right direction, and been competitive down the line. But 3 years, B-Flow 24-25, no playoff appearances, and out. But I think he'll land on his feet. But that continuity at the top, man, is extremely important.
Very important. So shit, who best available job from D-Buck?
Minnesota Vikings. Had the Vikings, man. I like
they been hot all year for you.
I mean, if you look at I like the Raiders too. Like you said, the Raiders and but I would say the Vikings. You're gonna come in with a new GM, because I believe they fired Spielman as well, the GM. So it's gonna be a new GM, new head coach. Hopefully, you guys can get on that same page. You guys are kind of married in a sense, tied at the hip. So you want to create some success. You got Kirk Cousins. You tied to him for another year, fully guaranteed. But I think Kirk is a good quarterback. You got Dalvin. You got good players on that defensive side of the ball that you can build around. And then if you look around the division, you know, that's always the easiest way to get in the playoffs. Like you said, the Raiders, you're in the division with Mahomes and Herbert, Carr. You know, if you go to Minnesota, Aaron Rodgers may not even be there next year. You got a young Justin Fields. You got the Detroit Lions. So that would be like, I'll say, okay, that's the division I would want to go to. You got a nice, beautiful new stadium. So yeah, give me that Minnesota job. Give me that Minnesota job. Outside that weather, I don't go nowhere during the season anyway, though.
Yo, that weather, boy.
Man. Yeah, that weather. I was out there for the Super Bowl. Woo. God.
Stay away from that.
But yeah, man, we gotta start talking about some of these games before we get B-Mac in here in a few. Oh, sure. Okay, about to jump in now. Then we're gonna start talking about this game this week.
That's perfect time.
Perfect time, B-Mac. You good, B-Mac? You ready to roll? Hold on, let's see. Man. Yo.
What's up?
What's happening, B-Mac? You good?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Everything's good. It's a great day to be alive. How y'all boys doing?
We solid, man. Can't complain. Can't call it. Just talk a little about Black Monday. Some of these coaches firing, but we're gonna get into some of these games this weekend, man. Did you check the game out last? I know you a Steeler legend champ, so I know you was locked in that game last night to see if they were gonna tie. What was your thoughts on that game last night?
Man, emotional roller coaster. You know, like you said, for people that root for the Steelers, people that's tied to the organization, it felt like the Steelers were playing. You know, the back and forth, and then all of a sudden, it looked like it could potentially end in a tie. And from what I'm hearing, I don't know if you guys heard the story, but they're saying that that final timeout that Brandon Staley called led to the Raiders ultimately trying to put points on the scoreboard. And I understand that people want to label him as the next potential real good coach in the National Football League, but he does some questionable things, bro. AB, I'm right there with
you. Don't get AB started, man.
AB, I'm right there with you for all these analytics that goes into his coaching method. It doesn't make sense. And I know people are saying there's not one play that will cause you to win or lose the ball game, but there are plays that will put you closer to having a loss than a win. Going forward inside the 20,
terrible
in the third quarter, doesn't make any sense. That don't make any sense at all. You're down only 3 points, and then at that point, the Raiders didn't really show you they can go the length of the football field to put points on the scoreboard. Why give them basically 3 points at that time? And then calling a timeout when both teams had to know if we end in a tie, we both get in the playoffs.
Read the room.
Yes, that's the rule. Why are you calling a timeout? You want a tie.
Hey, man. So I put that loss 100% on Staley. So I'm with y'all on this one.
Man, it's like, for me, it's like, B Mac, D Butt. Like, I don't want my coach to be a stat guy or analytics guy. I want my coach to go with the flow of the game, feel the game. Like, how is the game going? Like, let me see how my players are playing. Like, I don't want to just base mine off of, okay, the analytics guy came down to my office on Monday and Tuesday and discussed X, Y, and Z. That's not what I'm gonna base when it's time to make a tough decision in doing the game. I'm not basing my decision off of analytics. I'm basing my decision solely on how the game is being played. And obviously, if you're watching that game, you could feel like the Raiders at this point is like, okay, well, shit, if it's a tie, whether or not, we're gonna end this game with the ball in our hands. So for us as the Raiders,
they were content with.
They were content.
The tie. Yeah, I don't think they would have attempted a 50+ yard field goal.
A tie or a win, we in, so we good. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to read the room. You got to feel the flow of the game. And he fumbled that. He fumbled that last time.
Hey guys, rookie. Before we even continue, B Mac, give yourself a full introduction and let the people know where they can find you. Do your thing on the daily as well. I jumped past that.
Man, Brian McFadden, former Florida State Seminole, Pittsburgh Steeler. You can catch me weekly on CBS Sports HQ. You can also catch me weekly on the All Things Covered podcast I do with Patrick Peterson. We also have a YouTube channel as well. Just visit youtube.com/all things covered. Talking football, talking gambling, talking life, talking entertainment. We do it all. Similar to you guys here on the Man to Man Pod.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Pat P too. Ended the season with a nice pick six that I saw he manifested on y'all pod as well, man. So shout out to Seven, man. Another South. Those some South Florida legends right there. B Mac and P2. But back to this game. So Brandon Staley, people been getting on his case, especially since that Chiefs loss when he went forward on damn near every fourth down. I feel like 2-point conversion and all. And then he came out after the game. After that game, was like, "Hey, I'm aggressive. This is who we are as a team." And at that point, I'm like, "All right, cool. You're building an identity, you're building a culture." But like y'all said, man, you can't just be. You got to read the room. You got to feel the flow. Like never inside your 20 unless it's a gotta have it, gotta go situation. Should you be going for it, especially with that type of play? So he definitely fumbled. I feel like he lost the game on that one, and then with the late timeout. And then not using his timeouts too. When Justin Herbert bailed him out with a bunch of them fourth down conversions, I felt like he could have used some timeout, gave his receivers some air. But B-Mac dropped out. Everybody got that spectrum. Okay, there we go. But gave his receivers some air. But he tricked it off, man. He did. I put that loss once again. It's hard to put it 100% on the coach because the defense. I mean, they was running through that shit like Swiss cheese too. So, but a lot of that live. You walk in that locker room after the game, all three of us, we looking at that coach sideways.
Oh, no question.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, but shout out to the Raiders though, man. AB called it. He said they will handle business, and we kind of spoke on it briefly with all of the jobs that'll be available. On the job that Rich has done since, the John Gruden fiasco, since what happened with Henry Ruggs, that tragic incident, and other incidents that's happened with the Raiders, kept them afloat. Won 3 in a row to end the season to get in the playoffs, and then put the knife in the heart at the end, didn't take the tie, kick the field goal to beat your divisional rival. I love that, man. Do you think the Raiders keep him around beyond and take off that interim title?
I think the only way they keep him around is if he makes a significant run in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think he got to at least win one ball game in the playoffs. If they beat Cincinnati, who's a real hot team right now, if they're able to beat Cincinnati and advance to the second round, I think they rock with them. You know, maybe give them a short-term deal, maybe like 2-3 year deal, something like that. But it seems like they want to go a different direction, based on some of the information that we've all heard coming from Las Vegas. But I would be okay if he was retained as the head coach. Just watching from afar, it seems like the players respect him. And you guys know, most importantly, when the players respect a coach, there lies the ability to do what they're asking you to do, because you know they're putting you in positions to be successful. When a player don't respect coaches, you're not going to have success following that said coach. And it seems like the guys have gravitated to everything he's been selling them. And because of that, they're in the postseason with all the adversity, you know, all the distractions, losing a head coach, losing a player, you know what I mean? A top flight like player on your team.
Yeah.
And still the troops came together to find a way to finish the season on a high note. Speaks volumes of who he is as a coach and as a person. So I think it would be okay, but I think the only way he's retained is if he got to win one playoff game.
At least one.
So here I had the Raiders winning. I think that was a huge win for them.
Yeah.
But he would not beat Joe Burrow in the Cincinnati Bengals.
Hey, AB, you hot. Joe Burrow, your guy, ain't it?
Hey, I like Joe, man.
Those are brackets for everybody out there who didn't stay up.
I like Joe. I don't think they're gonna beat Joe and company, man. It's gonna be tough. But the Raiders, man, had a hell of a season, like you guys have said, that with everything, all the adversity they've been through this year, man. They had a hell of a run, but I think it ends next week.
Hey, I tell you what, AB, the Raiders got a shot, and the reason they got a shot is that pass rush. Them boys and Joe take. That's one thing about Joe.
Yeah.
Joe takes some sacks, and
Yeah.
that Crosby 9-1, like across the board. Like I mean, them boys were rushing like it was crazy to watch that. Like I can't recall seeing that. But let me throw these brackets up real quick. Playoffs. So we got the Raiders at the Bengals. We'll have the Patriots, Bills. Is this correct? Kansas City, Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And on the NFC side, we got the Rams, Cardinals, San Fran, Dallas. I think that was a bad matchup for Dallas. And
I agree.
Philly, Tampa. So talk about the young quarterbacks in the playoffs this year. Obviously, we got an old head in the playoffs with Big Ben, your former teammate. Mike Tomlin, he just finished his last, 15 seasons now and 0 losing season. I mean, that's unheard of. That's incredible to do in this league. What is it about Mike T? And how can he always keep like that ship afloat over there in Pittsburgh?
He from the 757.
Well,
he went to Denby High School, alum. But go ahead, B-Man.
Yeah, VA stand up. VA stand up. He highly represents VA to the fullest. It goes back to what I was saying about how players respect coaches. And they understand that, he's a guy that is very, very knowledgeable, and he's a player's coach. He relates to the guys, and he's able to command the locker room anytime he walks into the locker room or the meeting room. And the level of respect and patience the organization has with him. And that's why I tip my hat to the Rooneys and how they handle their coaching. No matter what color you are, they handle everyone the same. You know what I mean? And a lot of organizations are very, very impatient with coaches. And think about this throughout Mike T's tenure there in Pittsburgh. It seems like every year or every other year, people was calling for his job. But the Rooneys never listen to the elevator music outside of the facility. Yeah. They stay the course. They stay patient. A lot of organizations don't do that. They don't do that. I mean, it seems like every year, even during a quick spurt this season, people were like, man, is it time? Should he be on the hot seat? It seems like every year people want to throw that out there, but the Rooneys don't pay attention to that. They allow him to do what he's supposed to do. And I don't care what profession you're in. Anytime you feel like you're in a comfortable situation and you have time, you're able to provide the best service you need to provide. Anytime you feel like you're always looking over your shoulder and they're not trusting you to do the best job you're supposed to do, you probably won't, because you don't feel comfortable. So one of the best coaches in our league, highly respected, first ballot Hall of Famer, and he continues to get the job done. And this was a very, very ugly season for Pittsburgh. Offensively, they were generic, they were stagnant. Defensively, so many issues. Think about some of the horrible games we've seen from Pittsburgh. But guess what? They're in the playoffs. And one thing I'll finish off with, in the beginning of the season, most people they put Pittsburgh to finish probably dead last.
Dead last.
Yep. Dead last. No shot. Guess who made the playoffs and guess who didn't make the playoffs? The Steelers, Cincy, Baltimore, with everything that happened. No one cares about the excuses. You know, your job is to go out. Think about it. Nobody cares about the excuses.
Yeah. Hey, big no excuses, no explanation show.
In our league, the league we played in, is a no excuse league. You know how it is. They out the playoffs, and guess what? The almighty Cleveland Browns, with all the hype they had going into the season, out of the playoffs. So a phenomenal job by Mike T.
How you like the chances for Pittsburgh to be able to make a run in the offs?
Man, you guys know how it is in the postseason. You guys know how it is in the postseason. Everything is 0-0. And one thing about playoff football, you might not be the most talented team on the field. You might not be the best coach team, but all you need is a few bounces to go your way. That's it. Now, I'm going to keep it real with you. Do I like their chances against Kansas City? I felt like this could be a bad matchup. You know what I mean?
We saw this matchup already.
Exactly. And depending on which Kansas City team you get, you know what I'm saying? Now, if Tyreek Hill is not healthy, you got a fighting chance defensively.
Yeah, he did got the Hill,
Yeah, you got a fighting chance. If TJ Watt is healthy, because remember the first time they played, TJ Watt was banged up. I think he didn't finish the game. He didn't have Joe Hayden. They had some issues.
Defensive player of the year.
Yeah, hands down. So they got a fighting chance. I just don't like this matchup for Pittsburgh because Kansas City's offense can really score fast, and I don't think Pittsburgh have the ability to go back and forth if they need to against Kansas City. I really wanted Pittsburgh to play against Buffalo. That's the matchup I wanted.
Yep, so that opening season, obviously completely different teams at this point, but like you said, it's 0-0, man. You got Mike T. We know how important it is to walk to the building with a coach, the quarterback. They've been physically. I just, I can't give him a chance, man. I wish Herbert. I want to see Herbert in the playoffs. I want to see Herbert in dancing. I don't care what you say, AB. I don't care what you say. Watching that game last night, I know you was last night.
He balled last night.
You was like, hey, this.
Nah, with converting 6 fourth downs. Some of the, look, Herbert. We had this conversation yesterday on Twitter Spaces, like. Herbert, Burrow, you can't go wrong. Herbert balled. He put his team in a position to win the game. Just had to make maybe 1 or 2 more plays, man.
Defense.
Hey, that's the thing. The reason why I was rooting for the Chargers because I'm a Justin Herbert fan. I wanted to see him get into the tournament. The arm talent, man. Hey, man, y'all see some of them throws? And I know, AB, we talked about this on Twitter Spaces yesterday. I know you're a Joe Burrow guy. But, man, it's something about Justin Herbert when that ball leaves his fingertips.
So we're gonna see Joe Burrow next weekend.
Burrow special too, though. Burrow special.
We're gonna see Burrow next weekend, and you know what I'm saying. We'll be able to talk about. We can't talk about Herbert no more.
We're gonna enjoy watching both of them cats for a long time, and I feel like both of them, even as young players, even at this point, like the moment is never too big for them. I feel like it's been too big for their coaches at time. It's been too big for other players on their team, other assistants, whatever. But them 2 quarterbacks, both calm and collective under pressure. Even I would say step their game up under pressure. But it's gonna be exciting to watch them cats. Who you like in the playoffs though, man? Both sides. We gotta know.
Coming from the NFC, I think everything is set up for them to make it out finally. AFC.
Goes through Tennessee, goes through Nashville.
It's all about Derrick Henry. If Derrick Henry returns easily D. Henry before the injury, look out. Look out. Because they can play bully ball. They have a style of play that doesn't resonate to a lot of teams. You know what I'm saying? They can really slow the pace of the game down, and they're
we're gonna bring him back. We're gonna bring him back in. We lost your B-Mac. But who you feeling, man? Both sides. You still rocking with the?
I like Green Bay on the NFC side. AFC side. I think I'm going with Well, I think like B-Mac said, like that Tyreek Hill injury, that's key. That's very, very, very important. If they don't have Tyreek Hill, and now the opposing defenses can focus on Kelsey.
And plus their defenses have kind of they were playing well for, they kind of ain't been looking too hot right now. But it could be tough for Green Bay, because if San Fran upsets the Cowboys, which I think a lot of people are gonna pick San Fran in that game, and San Fran, and they'll be the lowest seed, I think, and they end up going up to unless Philly beats the Bucks, which I don't see happening, but could happen. But if San Fran gets this win and go back to Green Bay, I don't know. Let's bring B-Mac back in. But it could be ugly. But that's the team, I guess, on the AFC side, NFC side. San Fran will be the team I don't want to bump into that can just throw a wrench in everything. On that AFC side, I might have to go with them Bengals, man. The Bengals, I feel like, can match up, line up, and beat anybody.
Yeah.
But the favorite, I think I'm still rock with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They done been there, done that. But once again, you got to see if Hill is going to be all right. But, okay, we got B-Mac back. Hold on, I got to fix my joint. I'll be right back, AB.
Yeah. So, yeah, B-Mac. So, who you said, before you cut out, you said you like Green Bay on the NFC side. On the AFC side, who you like making it to the bowl, to the big dance?
I think I'm trending towards Kansas City. The way their defense is playing, man, playing pretty good football. I like that matchup in the first round against the Steelers, and they're at home. You know what I mean? Aaron gets up and plays play at times. So I think Kansas City is born. If everybody's healthy, I think they can make it out.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I think that Tyreek Hill, man, that injury, man, if he's not 100%, if he's not playing, I think I might have to go elsewhere in the AFC, because on that note, now I can put my focus solely on Kelsey.
Yeah.
And that changes the whole dynamic of the game, and that and the way their offense runs. So I'm interested to see how Hill, if he bounced back or not.
So let me ask you this question: if you decide to go elsewhere in the AFC, what team are you looking at outside of Kansas City?
Man, I like how Cincy is playing, but Buffalo, when Buffalo is playing, when Buffalo's playing well, it's tough to beat them. I like their defense. They got a front that can get to the quarterback. I like their secondary. And then on offensively, Josh Allen, we talked about this yesterday too. I got him top 3 as far as arm talent in the league.
Yep.
The only thing that worries me is the run game. Josh Allen can't be your focus. He can't be your focal point when it comes to the run game, man. That's the only thing I don't like about that Bills offense.
Yeah, and that's a concern that I have with Buffalo as well. Like their best running back is the quarterback.
Right.
Yeah, and you can't just do that in playoff football when you're playing good on good. And they got to figure out who their future guy is in the backfield. You might see Singletary a little bit. You might see Zach Moss. But they got to find a way to take some of that running pressure off of Josh Allen, because he's called to do so much. So that's the thing. I don't trust Buffalo's run game in the playoffs.
Yeah. Nah, I'm right there with you. Man. But I'm excited for next weekend, man. First time Saturday, Sunday, and Monday playoff ball.
Yes.
So that's something that we've never seen before. So I'm excited about that. And I think I honestly think we're gonna have some upsets. I think we might see
for sure.
We're gonna see two teams win the Super Bowl that nobody thought was gonna be there.
Both sides?
I don't know. For some reason, I just think that,
it's been that kind of year, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's been that type of year. So we're gonna see.
I'm gonna tell you a team that I think might can surprise some people. I'm not saying that they probably will win round one, but I think it might be competitive. That's the Eagles.
Eagles matched up with the Bucks.
Yeah, against Tampa.
Eagles' run game is serious. Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard.
Yeah, they got, and the line of scrimmage for them on both sides, offensively and defensively, they beat motherfuckers up every week. So once again, I'm hesitant. Young quarterback, obviously, and that rookie head coach. I said it earlier this year with the Chargers. Future is bright, but at some point, that rookie head coach is going to show up, and has shown up a lot of the year for the Chargers, and then being a young quarterback is going to show up as well. So I know some people that's going to be a sexy pick for some people, but I'm going with the old head, the 44-year-old MVP runner-up, Tom Brady and co. I think they'll figure it out. But we're going to have to open up another spaces, man, this week too. Twitter spaces lead up to this playoffs.
Yeah,
man.
Let's do it.
You got to have us on the show on All Things Covered at some point too, man.
Yes, sir. We're going to rock and roll. We get both
whenever you want to come back, man, let us know whenever you're trying to come back.
Okay. I appreciate you guys having me. And let me know what's up with Twitter Spaces this weekend.
All right, we'll do, bro. Be safe. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, man. Hold on. Where's the brand? The right one. There we go. M2M Live. Hashtag M2M Live. Shout out to B-Mac joining the show. Friend of the show. We always talking ball. We got a chance to hop on Spaces yesterday for probably about an hour or so. During the halftime. During halftime of the
Ace Buggy.
The Colts game.
Please. Copy, please, Ace Buggy.
We all watch the game, man. I don't have to make an argument for Herbert anymore. Y'all saw what it is, man. He did that. I mean, how many drops did we have yesterday? How many bad calls?
No excuses.
He threw a pick too. He threw a bad pick.
We don't care about that. You play through that. The great ones overcome that. You understand? So
here we go, man. All right.
G.I. Joe. What were the weekend records? Shit. I don't
did he
know.
put it in here? Let me see. Pause.
Wow.
I don't see it. But I want to say I got eight right against the spread this weekend. Started off
against the spread. I started off in the 1 o'clock draw. I think I was maybe like 6, and I think I had probably like 6.
We'll figure it out. But damn, man. Let's go through some more of these games, man.
Ma, don't believe that, brother.
Hey, Molly, thank you.
Man.
All reasons I was we saw it our own 2 eyes. Everybody in here has watched some football in their life. We saw it. Come on, man. But next year, we got next year.
I don't want to be in that room with y'all. Talking about how shit got fucked up.
We got next year, man. But over to your guy, talking about your guy, Matt Stafford. They'll be matched up with the Cardinals next weekend. Took an L in overtime to the Niners. I went back and forth. I think we both went back and forth with this game, and both ended up taking the Rams to win and the Rams to cover. I didn't think Jimmy G would be healthy. But Jimmy G, man, you got any more respect for him now? You still trust Matt Stafford more than Jimmy G going to playoffs? And don't lie. Don't lie, AB.
Man.
Kyler Murray, Matt Stafford, Jimmy G are starting in the playoff game next week. Which quarterback do you trust the most?
That's tough. Yeah, I could damn near throw that in the air. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, Jimmy looked good yesterday. Jimmy G looked real good yesterday.
My man had his thumb wrapped up out there fighting through it.
He looked real good yesterday, and I respected his effort
back
from
against
last
the wall.
night, man. Coming off, like you said, like had the thumb wrapped up. They was down 17-0. And able to come out, with a win at somebody else's place. I salute them boys. I salute the team. That was not an easy environment to play in. The fans travel really well. So no hate on Jimmy G today. He did his thing.
I just want to know which quarterback. Ain't no throw it in the hat. Like, you got to say, hey, you got $100. You got to bet on one of these quarterbacks next week.
I ain't got to do a damn thing, but stay black and die.
Matt Stafford playing the Arizona Cardinals, and you got Jimmy G playing the Dallas Cowboys. I see a lot of Staffords in the comments right now, and okay, I see some Jimmy G's. Okay. He threw a pick for the gusto too. I mean, that was just so. Stafford going Stafford.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Stafford. I'm gonna stand on mine. I'm gonna stand on mine.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's go through these. We got boom. Stafford looked very average in OT. Shocker. Jimmy G, give me Stafford.
You know what's up with them? All them quarterbacks. You just don't know who you gonna get on game day. Ooh, 10-6, 11-5 against the spread.
Yeah, we got our stats.
Oh, you was average 8-8 money line. 8-8.
I was real mad at Stafford yesterday. I was real stat Pafford. 8-8 money line in against the spread. Just an average ass day. AB. That's decent. That's a playoff record.
Oh, yeah. I'm in the mall.
I'm fighting. I'm watching, hoping for a tie somewhere.
You need ties. You need You need somebody to lose.
Hey, man, it is what it is, man. But I'm definitely throwing that poll back up because I threw it up there before. You like, oh man, hey, y'all agree with Deep Butt, man?
Which one? The Herbert Burrow poll?
Nah, I'm not gonna do that one again. But if I did it right now, after what everybody saw last night, it'll be insane.
Yeah, I don't know. That one might be 50-50 because one's playing next week and one gone fishing.
Oh man, what other games we got? Seattle. I picked Seattle to cover this game. I thought Arizona would win a close one. Russ went out with a bang. Maybe closing this chapter in Seattle. Who knows? Maybe not. But they got the win. Shout out to Q Diggs too, man. He had an ugly injury. I didn't see the injury, but I saw a lot of people talking about it. I saw Tyler Lockett actually stayed back in Arizona with them recover. So hoping for a speedy recovery.
Yeah,
Quandre Diggs, man. He's been having. Go ahead.
I said, I ain't see that injury neither. So, like you said, man, definitely speedy recovery, man. Hope it's not too crazy.
He been balling too.
Yeah.
New Orleans took care of business. They won. They covered, but they didn't make the offs.
At the crib.
They at the crib. Carolina at the crib. They got blown out. Grunt got his incentives. Brady went over 3. But then at 330, 3 touchdowns, no pick. Brady has had. I was looking at his numbers last night because I had to. We're gonna go over these yearly awards.
Great season. Sure.
Great season. I think he set his PR for passing yards, 5,300 yards, 40-some touchdowns, like crazy season. But handle business. What else we had yesterday? Patriots. They took the L to Miami. B-Flow got a win on the way out. Mac Jones, ex-Howard man-to-man alum, had a pick 6. Baited him in the cover 2. Crib. Buffalo.
They having the meetings right. What time is it? Oh yeah, it's 11:56. Some teams probably, had their
meetings early. Tell the people what this day is like, man. What's this day like for, teams and players not going to the playoffs?
Man, so right now, I'm pretty sure it's 12 o'clock. So you get in there Monday morning, get you a trash bag or two, throw all your stuff in the trash bag that you want to clear.
Big hefties.
Clear your locker, put the cleats, the gloves, everything. Hold on.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Somebody called my phone. So, you pack everything up in the trash bag. And, for the ones that's, free agency, don't know what's going to happen. Hey, bro, we're going to get together this off season, man. We got to do something. We got to link up X, Y, and Z. And then, some guys, they know
sign the jerseys.
Yeah, so, let me get sign my helmet. Like you said, exchanging the jerseys. And then after that, obviously, you're going to have your team meeting. Hey, this was this not where we want to be right now, but we did some good this season, and obviously this room not gonna look the same. Come OTA, some guys gonna be here, some guys not. Y'all be safe during the off season. If you need anything, call me. X all the BS, and then that time it's a race to the parking lot.
Yeah, man. It's that's the one thing about it. Every year you have a different team. Every year. So when you do have that last team meeting, whenever it is, and for a lot of people it's today. For other half of the people that's still playing, it'll be next week, and then so on. But that'll be the last run that you have with that particular unit, that group of coaches. So it is a bittersweet day. And then for teams that have been out of the playoffs for 4 or 5 weeks, shit, that's when it's really a race. We had this meeting on Zoom, Coach.
For real.
I got my jersey maybe 3 weeks ago.
Should have had this meet Saturday before the game on Sunday, so we ain't got come in.
Big facts, man. So yeah, Black Monday, man. And then we got the playoffs next week, man. It's gonna be exciting. Any of these games we didn't get to, we have to jump back on Thursday. We're gonna talk about these playoff matchups, man. Playoff ball.
Hey, I love it. I love it.
Nothing like it, man. Nothing like it. This was a close one. Who did you have in this one? I had the Steelers.
I had Pittsburgh. I had Baltimore money line, but I had the Steelers against the spread.
Okay. I was Steelers against the spread. Same with you. This one I had the Titans covering. This one I think you had the Texans covering. That's probably what gave you that.
Yeah.
They made it close late, but Tennessee handled business, locked up the 1 seed. Cancun game.
How you feel about this, man? Shoot, quarterback sneak 39. I think they won 4 games this year. Earlier they said Joe Judge would, be back next year. How you feel about this?
I from what I've seen from Joe Judge on the podium, from what I've seen from his teams that I've watched, I don't see enough after 2 years to retain him to keep it up. I asked you about the Giants a few weeks back, and you said they should blow it up, blow it up and start from scratch. And I'm with you. So they are, as reports, at least right now, sticking with Joe Judge and Daniel Jones, I believe. Yeah. So I don't think it's the right decision, but we are kind of impatient these days. So it's only 2 years. 2 years down the line, we can look back and sound crazy. But that 3rd and 9, I've never seen that before. I know you're trying to get some space to punt the ball, but hand it off, run it, draw, do something. What's the point of practicing on offense if you're gonna come out and run a quarterback sneak on 3rd and 9 backed up? With
Coach was like,
4 or 5 minutes in the clock. Come on, man.
Hey, man, let's hurry up, man. Let's get up out of here, yo. Coach like, hey, come on, hey, let's hurry up and get up out of here, yo.
Yeah. So I don't like it, man. But I watched the football team. They won the game, covered. We know what happened with this one. We open up the show with this. This shit like unacceptable from everybody. Anybody that had a role in it. I was looking in the mirror like, damn, what could I have done better? Get it that way yesterday. Bears. We ain't gonna talk about that one. We remember that one. I think I picked the Eagles in this one. You had the Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cowboys across the board.
You know, I'll be picking them things.
I had the Lions in this one. Green Bay money line had the Lions covering, so Lions covered.
I had the Lions across the board. You know, I'll be picking them, John. You know what I'm saying? you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, you ended the season. Hey, like B-Back said, it's 0-0, man. It's 0-0 now.
0-0.
It's playoffs. What game next week, man, are you most looking forward to?
Oh, before
we get up out of here.
You got the play. You gonna put you good. Put the playoff bracket back up here. I'm on the AFC side. Patriots, Bills, part 3. Obviously, I want to see my young boy Joe Burrow, but game wise, Patriots versus Bills, part 3. And then on the NFC side,
who you got in that one? Who you leaning any way in that one yet?
Bills. I'm going Bills.
Damn, I'm with you.
I'm going Bills. And then on the NFC side, I'm interested to see this San Francisco and Cowboys matchup. Cowboys front, man, they can get after Jimmy G, but again, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I'm looking for on the AFC side. I'm excited to see Joe Burrow in the playoffs against the Raiders. One thing about the Raiders, they've been exciting to watch all year, so I'm interested to see in that matchup. And then on the NFC side, I'm with you on the same game, that Dallas San Fran, because that's the strength of that Dallas defense, getting after the passer, turning the offense over. And then the strength for the 49ers is running the ball and taking care of the football. That's what Jimmy G, does when he's playing his best. Take care of the ball, move it down the field. So I think that's and they got a physical defense, some liabilities at the cornerback position sometimes, but Dak is he ain't been on point like that. So that'll be an interesting game to watch, man. That's my upset alert already. Going to the next week. But playoffs here, man. I'm excited.
Tom, what you talking about? Put that on a shirt. What you talking about?
Yeah, which one, man? Ace Boogie with you though. Same games. Yeah, what are you talking about though?
I don't know.
Brad Richardson, DB. I think Trevon Diggs has been figured out. He's been figured out all year. You can go at him. You're going to get some. You're going to win some. You're going to lose some.
He's an aggressive corner.
That's what it is.
And I think the coaches, they're fine with that. I know he's going to come up with some plays and he's going to give up 1 or 2. If you're a coach and you can live with that, yeah, that's what it is.
Christopher Lugo, I'm done with football till the new season starts. I think Hard Knocks killed us. I can't blame that on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, they was on Hard Knocks when they went on that streak too. So
exactly, man. Off the rails, Tone and Jim's Rams Cardinals. I think Stafford get his first playoff win. I'm leaning the Cardinals that one. I'm leaning Cardinals in that one, especially with 9-9 with J.J. Watt back. I think getting J.J. Watt back is going to be big. D-Hop, is he going to be able to return or not?
I don't know, man. I seen him on crutches on the sideline, so I don't,
it might be
I don't think that's going to happen unless he was throwing the pump fake for us. Throwing the pump fake, like
fall for the okie doke. Coaches probably over there said the same shit. I just seen 10 on those crutches last game.
We ain't gotta prepare for him.
Come on, this. So after the Rams, I guess the Cardinals needed to win to get the Saints in. I'm gonna go and guess that. And this was some big news over the weekend.
Yeah.
I'll let you get this one.
4-star Deion prime time over at Jackson State. Got another top receiver. I think he was top 10 receiver in the class. And It was dope what the young man said. He said,
4-star. Yep.
Yeah, he said the top corner is going to Jackson State. The top corner is going to be coached by one of the best, if not the best, DB that ever played the game. As a receiver, why wouldn't I want to go here and play against the top DB every day?
Right? I didn't even hear that.
Yeah. So I'm like, the young man is thinking. So again, Prime, man, he's shaking it up.
He's shaking it up just like he said he would.
Yeah.
Just like he said he would, and he's doing it, man. And like you said a few times, like I said, hey, I want to see them all see it through, man. Come in there and just hopefully this trend, it's not just a trend, like this becomes like the norm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we don't know where these top players gonna go. We don't know. And then down the line, 10, 15 years down the line, people coming from every school the same way. First round, it's this university, that university. But I'm excited to see it. Change got to start somewhere, man. Prime went out there, put his name out there, and then putting the work behind it as well, man. Shout out these young kids and their parents and families taking the chance, taking that leap. Love it.
Yeah.
58 overall in the nation.
Nation.
It's a lot of people in the nation. Man.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man. Anything else before we get up out of here, man?
That's it, man. It was a good show, man. Good show.
We got the Natty tonight.
Who you got? You got Bama, right?
You giving Bama points. You giving me points. I'm taking it. Saving plus 2.5. We already saw this movie before. I think it's gonna be much of the same. Bennett, he had a great run, my boy.
It might be different.
Might be. You go to Bulldogs? Go Dogs.
Why not? You going for Bama? I'm gonna go with the Dogs, man. Bulldogs.
Roll down Tide.
Bulldogs, baby.
Roll down Tide.
Man, hey, look, y'all hit that like button. Y'all subscribe.
Yeah.
Hashtag M2M Live. Send your questions to the mailbag. DB20. What was that? Put it up there. DB20.
My fault.
I'm about to butcher that. DB20 to AB41. I just wanted to make sure at gmail.com. Y'all send them questions over to the mailbag so we can get them answered for you.
We got I think we got one mailbag. Look like Tone, but let's see what Tone talking about.
So day after the season's over, I know you guys have both been on teams that didn't make the playoffs, teams that made the playoffs, teams that had byes. What do you do? What does your day look like the day after the season ends in each of those scenarios? Like if the season's over, what does your day look like? If you're playing in the first iteration of the playoffs, what does your day look like? And then also, what does your day look like if you're on a bye for that first week? Interested to see the differences in all of them.
We kind of talked about season ending on the bye. I mean, bye is just like a regular bye during the season. Take, stand off your legs, meetings, shorter meetings, and then you get back in there, you get in the full swing of things when it's game week. At least that was my experience when you had a bye week in the playoffs. And we talked about, if the season ending, but
yeah, I mean, it's really the same, playoffs. By doing the playoffs, man, just get focused, try to nurse the little injuries and, just get ready. You really don't know who you're going to play. So can't really watch the film. You can kind of self-critique, what are the other teams going to be seeing when they watch film. So you can work on that as well. But really getting into that training room, getting them ice tubs, stretching, and just try to get as healthy as you can with that week of work.
Yes, sir. Everything turn up a notch on that field, though. Now all that game plan everything is going into that one game plan. It's not like these coaches are game planning for that and they think about the next 2 games. All right, we got this. That. Nah, it's everything. Is when that's why you love the playoffs, man. The NFL playoffs specifically in a series. It ain't like, oh, we'll get them next time. We'll get them on the home court. Like, nah. 3 hours. You got to go out there and get it, man. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it for sure, especially with the fans back in the building. But hit a like, hit subscribe tell a friend to tell a friend. We about to get up out of here, man. Y'all already know what to do. And if you're talking about the show, use that hashtag M2M Live.
Please, and thank you.
Yes, sir. You got anything before I hit this outro?
Nah, man. Appreciate y'all as always.
Always, man. Y'all go tap into the Pat McAfee show. I'm hopping on 125 today. Gone. We got to get just 16 too at some point.
You said again?
Yeah, you're going to have to drop that 16.
Drop it. 16. Yeah. Nah, you're right. You're right.
Playoffs here. It's playoff time.
It's playoff. Let's go.
All right, bro.
All right.